Alright, I want to talk a little bit about what Japanese people are like, in case you're curious. But first I want to make a disclaimer, and that is I don't know everything about everything, and I don't know everything about Japanese people, but what I'm going to tell you is what I know from my own experiences, and basically I just want to talk about 3 points, 3 distinctive features that I think really define what Japanese people are like. The first one is that Japanese people are extremely conscious of what other people think about them, and they're always really worried about what other people in their group think about them and how they are perceived. For Japanese people, not conforming is extremely uncomfortable, and they will avoid it at all costs, even if it means that they have to be extremely uncomfortable or unhappy inside. An example of this is, let's say at work, 5 o'clock rolls around and it's time to go home. Well, here in Japan, if you're the first one to leave, it means you're kind of lazy and you're not serious about your job. So 5 o'clock comes and nobody will go home. Even if all the work is finished, they will just kind of pitter around and kill time, and they'll just stay at work even though inside they really want to go home, they really want to enjoy their free time. They'll stay at work until 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock just to conform to that expectation that they should stay at work. The second point is that Japanese people really have 2 distinct selves. There's the person that they show on the outside, and then there's the inner person. In Japanese, we have 2 words. One is tatemae and hone. Tatemae is that person that they show to the public. Hone is the person, their inner person. And I'll explain that a little bit more in my third point here, which is that Japanese, they create an atmosphere in unspoken terms of really rigid expectations. And if you don't meet these expectations, you'll often be attacked with kindness, a veil of kindness. And I use the word veil because on the outside they appear to be kind or concerned, but on the inside they feel extremely irritated and angry. An example of this is that here in Japan, people take off their shoes before they go into their houses or before they go into somebody else's house. And most people have like a separate set of slippers that they'll wear inside the house. So for example, if you were to go to somebody's house, you would take off your shoes, and then they would offer you a separate set of slippers to wear. Now let's say you didn't want to wear those slippers. Let's say you wanted to walk around in your socks. Well, what would happen would be that you would walk into their house, and after a minute or so they'd probably say something like, "Are your feet okay?" Or, "Aren't your feet cold on the floor? Wouldn't you like to wear some slippers?" And they would say it like this, so it would appear that they're kind and they care about the condition of your feet or your level of how comfortable you are. But actually, behind that kindness, they would actually be feeling very irritated and angry inside. So that's an example of the outer person and the inner person, and often these two sides are in conflict with each other. So this is just a brief example of 3 major points that I think are very unique and kind of distinguish Japanese people, and it's definitely not all inclusive, but that just gives you an idea of what Japanese people are like.